Hey guys, glad to see you back on my binary options channel. Today we're gonna trade with the simple strategy but using three indicators. Sometimes we're gonna use it combined and sometimes you're just choosing the indicator that is more informative or just your favorite one or you want just to double check the situation. This is depend on you, depend on the strategy, depends on the market. Sometimes it's even too obvious to look to any indicator, but today we're just gonna check how it's gonna be with these three indicators combined. So we are beginning as always, we are leaving this 1 minute period and we are beginning with the indicators. The first one is gonna be kind of familiar for you. It's gonna be the CCI. The color is yellow and the period is like 20. Here, the second one is gonna be shaft trend cycle. We are just changing all the periods that we have here, and we're gonna make it just smaller, less than it's in this setup. Here, the thickness, change it, the colors, I'm gonna leave it like that. And the third one is gonna be for us, where is it? It's here. Stochastic oscillator is also like a classic one, a favorite one. For some of the traders I've heard and I've been talking with them, they actually prefer like moving averages. And sometimes, yeah, a few of them. Here's changing. And they say it's kind of informative, especially for beginners. So, but we are not gonna make all the videos with that. We're just gonna check what we can add just to be more informative and more different. Here, the first chart, you see how it looks, you see it with the candles. Here's just an upward movement, and check here below the chart all the indicators. All of them are actually showing, especially like the two lowest ones, showing this growth, like upward growth. We're gonna add some currency pair with the biggest payout, you know, all of that. Nothing in changes here. So that's how we can switch. That's how we can just look for the perfect situation to enter the trade. Okay, here just add, yep, just check. And let's wait for this trade to end. And it actually was correct. There's nothing dangerous in that bet, nothing special. I mean, like something that we need to be more attentive. And let's check. Here's still raising, but it may actually fall down. So let's change and check what we have more here. Just here, you may see that we are right in the beginning of this trend. And sometimes this is like the perfect situation to enter when you see it's just begun and all indicators, especially this oscillator, are just showing it crossing and just going upward. So we are predicting this upward growth without any breaks, any reverse movement, and we're gonna play on that. So let's see. And we're back, and what we see here, yep, it was still continuing and we are still profitable with these two first bets, and it went just right. I love it. Let's go further. Okay, on this currency pair, we just observing the chart indicators just together. We changed the bet, showing us that we are going down and the movement is down, down, down. And check it all, the fractal showing us the, how to say that, the size that we have, the CCI cycle and oscillator showing us also, and be attentive to the cycle trend cycle line. It actually seems like breaking also, like going upward and then going down. So let's see. And what we see here, it's actually down and even more down, and it's just falling and still drastically falling. And here we have like 700 profit. That's the perfect situation. And Are we gonna stay here or are we gonna go further? Let's stay here just because all the indicators are just showing that this gonna continue. And we are still not even close to these support lines, or we actually going just pretty like falling, this moment is falling. So we may in this short period still fall, and there's like without no hesitation we can make a bet. And actually here you may see this candle were also like a long one. Now we may see some upward movement, but we actually made it on the right time and it never crossed the level that we were predicting. So this is correct again. So on this chart, we are checking the situations and together with the indicators. And this is just a downward movement, just not like started right now, but it's still continuing. And we can see on this chart that sometimes this movement quite for like a 3, sometimes mostly for 3-4 candles, and we are still expecting with this like 1,000 baht that this is gonna be this situation again. So and our prediction or expectation or analysis was just correct because we see this third candle and it's still falling, but we are not gonna play on that. We got our bet, we got our profit, and we gotta switch the currency pair and go next. And what we actually see here, still you can see that downward movement, and it's just started, and we made these 2 bets on this downward movement because actually most of indicators were showing us that it's gonna be a downward movement. You may see, like just said before, it was a green candle. It was a bit, stressful to see that, especially when you just made 2 bets for 1,000 and then expecting a downward movement. But all indicators, most of indicators, just showing us, and we are rely on that. Let's see how it's gonna be in the end. It was actually stressful waiting, like a little bit tense because I trust, and we see it's a profit. I trust all indicators, but sometimes when you are watching only on the graph and you see that the movement is a little bit different than you expected, it seems like a little bit stressful. But together with all indicators, with your experience, with all analysis, you may avoid, like this nervous situation, or just to be more calm, like in time when you are waiting for the results. So our last chart for today, you see it's kind of situation of volatility on this market, but we can play on that. We're gonna raise the bet, and I want to make a few bets here just to go full bank and show you or show myself how I'm right about this strategy. And I'm gonna get this full bank. This is the 4th bet. And we are with together all indicators here expecting this downward movement. And now this is just the moment of silence and patience, and let's check. And I am actually here just expecting, you may see all these 4 victories in a row. And it's like a cards, just falling, and you see the result. And this is an amazing, when you got especially this a few bets in a row and you see all of that just working, that's the moment where I truly love. And I'm kind of glad to finish on this moment until maybe I got too confident and made some mistakes. So for today, that was the last. So for today, it was the last trade, and I personally like that. Sometimes with 3 indicators, it's more complicated because some of them may give you the wrong signal or the signal that makes you more hesitate. But as I told you in the beginning, you can choose any indicators that are actually more informative for you. Sometimes you are looking at the 1 indicator, sometimes 2 indicators combined. This is all up to you, but you may ask me anything about this strategy especially in this video or in any other videos, or ask me any questions. And as you know, my free signals still in my Telegram channel. I have VIP chat where I post more signals for those who are more interested. And please stay tuned and we continue.